Looking for music that lifts your spirit and fills your heart? Experience the powerful sound of the Tabernacle Choir at Temple Square. Now streaming on all your favorite music platforms. Find the Tabernacle Choir on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, Amazon Music, and Pandora. Let the music of the Tabernacle Choir at Temple Square inspire you today and every day. Whether you're at home, in the car, or on the go, enjoy the beauty of their world-renowned sound anytime. The Tabernacle Choir at Temple Square, streaming now. It's time for the Larry H. Miller Utah Summer Games at Southern Utah University in Cedar City. Register today to participate in the 40th anniversary season of a Utah sports tradition at utahsummergames.org. Participate in over 50 sports around the state. Then plan to join the opening ceremonies Friday, June 5th, presented by State Bank of Southern Utah. Register today to participate in the 40th anniversary season of the Larry H. Miller Utah Summer Games.
This 2026 Masters Update live from Augusta is brought to you by Copper Rock, where the pros play on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
It's not the real Masters song, but it sure soothes the soul, doesn't it? Oh, yeah.
Did you see Chubbs and nice white blazer playing the piano with his hands?
Just tap it in.
You got the automatic piano because he can put up both hands.
Right.
It'll still play.
So good. Yeah. So good.
Classics.
Oh, Brian Taylor's favorite movie, I'm sure. BT, Brian Taylor joins us live from Augusta. We're into round 2 of the Masters. Brian Taylor, you can hear him each weekend on Real Golf Radio right here on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. And it's brought to you by Mountain America Credit Union, Mountain Land Supply, Black Desert Resort, and Hoops Vision Uinta Golf. Brian Taylor, it joins the show right now live. BT, how's it going in Augusta?
Oh, man, it is heating up right now. I mean, you like superstars. You like an exciting leaderboard heading into the weekend. This thing is getting really good right now.
It really looks good, and we got to start with Rory after that. His lowest Masters round since 2011. He gets the 67 in round 1. He's still doing it again. What are you seeing from Rory in these first 2 rounds of this tournament?
You know what I'm seeing is a much more relaxed Rory, one that is just not pressing, doesn't seem to be taking, the bad shots, to adding to the weight that was prior to him winning, building up on him and building up every single mistake, every single bad round, every single missed opportunity seemingly right over the years. And, he's got the flex, man. He's got his name on a locker in the champions locker room. He has a green jacket with his name on it. I mean, he is his caddy bib. His caddy overall coverall says number 1 because he's the defending champ. Like he is feeling so good right now, so relieved. And, even though he's not maybe playing his best, he's able to play through it and make up for it. And, case in point, 13th hole, even ESPN replayed him hitting it into the water last year on the final round Sunday. Mm-hmm. And, he steps up and hits it absolutely perfect, 10 feet left of the hole, lets the slope feed it down to about 8 feet and rolls it in for birdie to get to 8 under par and to take a 2-shot lead with 4 to play. So, he's the guy to beat right now. There's a lot of great names up there challenging, but Rory's looking to join. And again, you got to look at history. Last year he made history winning the career Grand Slam. This year, he could make history joining Jack Nicklaus, Tiger Woods, and Nick Faldo as the only players to win back-to-back Masters. So, wow. Pretty exciting stuff going on.
Yeah, can you talk about the pressure? I want to know about the pressure, right? Golf is such a technical sport, right? And you got to be able to handle it. And, I heard, I think it was Jordan Spieth, he was very upset about, no, it was Justin Rose. He missed a birdie and he was just fuming mad. But the pressure you have from this Rory, yes, he won it last year. You're just talking about them replaying a miss that he had from last year. We'll talk about the pressure and having to play at the Masters and all the eyes being on you.
Yeah, that's part of it, right? Major championship golf. They've always said there's golf and then there's competition golf. And then you might even say there's a next level, which is major championship golf. And then I suppose the pinnacle of that is the Masters and the pressure that comes with that. The interesting thing is, sure, all the majors are set up difficult. The tests are unique. USGA has the deep rough and the firm fast greens and all of that. But the Masters, you not only are you playing the golf course, which is kind of on a razor's edge. It looks wide open. It's not as wide open as it looks. You have to hit certain spots off the tee, into the greens, with the putter. But you're also chasing history. You're battling history. The chance to be immortalized into that champion's locker room and that green jacket club, to, be able to come back the rest of your life for the champion's dinner on Tuesday night. Like, there's just so much that goes along with becoming a Masters champion. And so, it's immense pressure. And when you're trying to do it on this stage, this is the biggest golf tournament in the world. It's one of the biggest sporting events in the world, and these guys know it. They can feel it, and the Masters does the event right. It's one of those things when you show up, you just know you're at a special place. You just know it's a big event, and I don't think that's too dissimilar from some of the great arenas around the country. When you show up at the Rose Bowl, I think you just for the Rose Bowl, it means something. There's something there. So. I think pressure is, and everyone has different levels of pressure. Justin Rose is 45 years old, playing 45 years young right now, but there's pressure against Father Time for a guy like that. And then you've got others who are competing in their first Masters, and they're under the pressure that nobody's won in their first attempt since 1979. So there's all kinds of different kinds of pressure out there, and it's what makes it so exciting to see these guys perform and excel in spite of it.
Rory McIlroy with a 2-shot lead right now. Sam Burns finished his round. He's at 6 under. Patrick Reed made a jump today to 6 under, and Tommy Fleetwood as well. We already talked about Justin Rose at 5 under. How many of these guys, which of these guys, I don't know if you get to pick one, but based on what you're seeing so far, has the best chance to battle Rory for the title in this tournament?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, Patrick Reed's just early enough that I probably would give him the edge just because, look, he's won twice. He left the LIV Tour. He's been playing on the European Tour. He's going to work his way back to the PGA Tour by earning status, which he basically already has. He won on the European Tour twice already early in the year. So we know he's in good form. He's, freed up to play normal golf, if you will. Again, I don't want to turn this into a LIV discussion, but he seems to be more comfortable. Yeah. And he doesn't have that sort of LIV sort of crosshair on his back when he shows up at these events like some of the other guys. And so he's already got a green jacket, so there's the pressure of not having to win his first, which obviously Burns is trying to become a first-time major winner. Fleetwood is trying to become just a second-time PGA Tour winner, let alone a first-time major winner. Jason Day has won a major, but it seems like a long time ago, 2015. And Wyndham Clark won the U.S. Open. But that's been a few years ago, and he hasn't done a whole lot since. Terrell Hatton has never won a major. So, this board this morning that was stacked with major winners still has a few up there, but there's some others that are kind of sticking their nose in there to try to claim an opportunity at history here. So, I'd say Patrick Reed right now. I mean, Tommy Fleetwood is going to be the people's champion. He always is, right? But and I think there's some sentimental reasons to root for Justin Rose and maybe even Jason Day. But I think Patrick Reed's probably the one that Rory's got to watch out for. And incidentally, the green jacket that Reed won, it was Reed and McIlroy in that final group, and there were some interesting words in the press conferences going into it, into Saturday night, and it ended up being Reed getting the better of him that year.
Make game day yours. Tickets, food and drinks, stats, and streaming. Everything you need is in the Utah Mammoth app. Download today and make game night easy. Download on both Android and iPhone. Just top.
Derek Overstreet, founder of the New Millennium Group. We're a financial planning firm. We have advisors standing by right now to take your call. 888-999-6370. The reason you're going to want to call is we're going to help you retire 3 to 5 years before you thought possible. The way we do this is by putting together a step-by-step plan. So if you're one of those people listening and you'd like a plan in writing, give us a call at 888-999-6370. That's 888-999-6370, or go to utahsfinancialplanning.com. tabernacle.planner.com.
Man, it's going to be exciting on Sunday to see the final
Yeah.
and how that's all going to come down. I know it's going to be pressure. It's going to be awesome. Can you talk about the crowd? You know, we always tell stories. We've been telling stories all week about like how hard it is to even get into the Masters. A certain reserve list for people attending, and I saw a story today that DeChambeau hit somebody off the tee and gave him a signed ball. But what is the crowd like out there, and the vibe from people out there watching these guys?
Yeah, it's unlike anything, man. I mean, it really is. It's everybody that gets an opportunity to come here just has a different level of appreciation. You know, there's so many people that are here for, it's a lifelong dream to get here and to be able to see the Masters, see Augusta National with their own eyes. And so there's that level of it. And then, of course, there's, you know, all of the excitement and hype surrounding the tournament. People are experiencing the traditions. They're hearing the roars through the pines. Right. I mean, it's just, you know, it's really next level stuff, and it's special. I haven't been to Wimbledon, but it feels like, I mean, I'm a casual tennis guy. You know, I'll put that in a, you know, just sports fan general. But when Wimbledon's on, you sort of like, I mean, there's something about it, right?
Yeah,
awesome. Right. I mean, it's just, you kind of go, you know what, this seems different. You know, and the French Open on the clay, that's unique, but it doesn't feel like it has the same prestige as a Wimbledon. I think that's what happens here. I just think even if you're a kind of casual golf fan, as a sports fan, you appreciate it. I mean, and hats off to Augusta in a lot of ways. You know, they've really expanded their reach to the audiences. You got Jason Kelsey out there on the broadcast, you know, of the par 3 contest. You've got Kevin Hardat, who's out there caddying, you know, for who was he caddying for? Yes, Bryson DeChambeau. So, like, there's a lot of unique kind of things that are drawing different eyeballs than what you would see week in, week out on the PGA Tour. And so I just think the experience, you know, coming here, everybody wants to buy the merch. Everybody wants to, you know, buy the concessions when you can get a sandwich and chips and a cookie and a drink for $10. I mean, they love that stuff. Everybody just eats it up, and it's just it's a great day, and the weather's perfect out here. So yeah, I mean, it's a fun thing. And by the way, without the phones, everyone's in sync.
Nice.
And that's a unique thing in our society, right?
Yeah.
So, like, when someone does something, everyone's paying attention and they all cheer. It's not like someone's on their phone scrolling through the gram and all of a sudden they're like, oh, wait, what happened? You know? Yeah. So, kind of cool.
Real quick before we cut you loose, looking at the leaderboard, Scotty Scheffler's not up there. What's been his issue? +2 right now, and does he still have any shot?
Yeah, I'd say he has a shot. I mean, he's even through 2 rounds, so he's currently 8 shots back. That's important because the biggest comeback from 36 holes by a winner is 8 shots. So currently right now, I mean, providing Rory doesn't, you know, get it to 9 or further, you'd say he's right on that historical sort of precipice of still having an opportunity for a comeback. Scotty just doesn't seem to be fully sharp. You know, I mean, just seeing him, you know, hitting shots and leaning a little bit, you know, shots are just, and then like I mentioned earlier, if you're not hitting your spots, then, you know, it can kind of make you look silly a little bit. It certainly makes it more difficult, and it just feels like it's been just a little bit difficult for Scotty. He just hasn't quite had the juice or the dust that he's had, you know, for the last several years. So that said, I wouldn't put it past him. He's still the number 1 player in the world. He's got 2 green jackets. He knows how to win. A good round tomorrow puts him in the mix, and, you know, he'll see what happens on Sunday.
What do you have for us on Real Golf Radio tomorrow?
Oh man, this is the hardest show to do because we have a whole week's worth of content to be able to try to get through in 2 hours, and you know, we got player interviews. We caught up with both of the last 2 winners down at Black Desert on the PGA Tour that are playing this week in the Masters, and talked about their experience and how they're seeing the golf course and enjoying the opportunity to compete for a green jacket. We're going to hear from Justin Rose and McIlroy. Had a chance to ask him some questions, and then we sat down with a couple of our Golf Channel colleagues and visited with them about, you know, this week and some of the things that went on. John Rahm had a chance to ask him about the Champions Dinner and a Seve Ballesteros story that he'd never heard before. And I said, you got to share it with us. And he did. And so you'll hear that coming up as well. So we just got some fun things. The caddy will stop by. And, man, if you love the Masters, tune in, get hyped up with us, and enjoy the weekend.
Looking forward to that, BT, and enjoy what should be an incredible a couple of days at Augusta. This is shaping up to be a classic, so enjoy it. Thanks again, Brian. We appreciate you.
Thanks, boys. Hey, thank you guys for the time and chance to talk Masters with you all week long. We enjoyed it, and we'll recap it with you hopefully on Monday.
You got it. Brian Taylor, Real Golf Radio. It's brought to you by Mountain America Credit Union, Mountain Land Supply, Black Desert Resort, and Hoops Vision, and Uinta Golf. We got to take a break. Would You Rather's next. JJ and Alex, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Make game day yours. Tickets, food and drinks, stats, and streaming. Everything you need is in the Utah Mammoth app. Download today and make game night easy. Download on both Android and iPhone. Just top.